Yo, gamers, what is good? I am Outrageous Josh, and today I'm going to be playing. Uh, I had a funny enough. I was about to say I'm about to play some Ratchet and Clank because the last one I watched was the Ratchet and Clank one. Anyway, I'm about to be playing some Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, and the category is any percent no taxi glitch. So, what the frick does that mean? Well, let me tell you. As you may know, this game is a remake of a game called SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, and that came out in 2003. This game came out June 23rd of this year. So this is, just over a month old. But there is a frick ton of things that have happened since the very start of this game's release. Like literally day one, and I'm not even kidding, day one, this game was beaten in under 3 minutes with a glitch called Taxi Glitch. Which you may recognize by the category name. And so this category doesn't do it. So that category, 80% with Taxi Glitch, is currently like a minute and a half long-ish. This one is around 50-ish minutes, but because this game runs in IGT and not RTA, there's going to be a couple minute difference. So yeah, this run doesn't do taxi glitch, which is why it is called 80% no taxi glitch. One more thing before I start. I know this is a lot of talking beforehand, but one more thing before I start. Recently, there are lag strats that were allowed in this game. Now, some people may groan at that. However, because everyone can do it, it's fine by me. And lag strats are, well, you'll see. I'll let you know when I'm about to do it. Yeah, this is going to be interesting and a lot to explain in a short amount of time. So I'm going to do my best. I've never done like a marathon for this game yet, so this is going to be fun. Alright, here goes nothing, lads. And so the timer's actually going to be acting a little weird, like right at the beginning. Like it's not going to start for a couple seconds. It'll start at 0 and then all of a sudden go to like 2. But yeah, dude. Here we go. Considering how much time in the marathon's ahead, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to a taxi glitch showcase at the end. Hey, that's up to them. If they want me to do it, I'll do it. Alright, here we go, lads. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, right off the bat, dude, we're going to be spawning inside the pineapple, but we can just warp out to Patrick. Why? That warp is just available from the very beginning, from a fresh file. And so we don't collect the one spatula that is needed to get out of the pineapple. And you'll see that a lot, actually. Like, it takes 50 shinies to grab one spatula, or to grab that spatula in the pineapple. But we don't. Where am I? But we don't need to do it yet. So this is a lag strat right here. Great. Okay. These are really freaking hard and they're very new. So bear with me. We will get through this, chat, I believe. Alright. Maybe. Okay, yes. That should be good, I think. Nice. Okay. So you'll see that I warped really, really freaking far ahead into the map. And that is kind of the point of this. If these are lag warps, they warp you far as frick. And so I'm actually going to be doing another one. As Squirrel said, I blinked, do it again, you got it. I actually have to do another one to get to the very end of this area. So, let's do that real quick. Yeah, frick that one up. Okay, sick. I'm looking for a very specific, like, I'm like pause buffering there for a very specific position on Spongebob's, like, I don't even know what to call it. I'm looking for a very specific position on Spongebob in order to do the lag strat so it can work. But anyway, those are the two very, very early lag strats. And you might notice that I've collected 2 spatulas. And spatulas are the main collectible of the game. I need 75 spatulas to access the end. And from here, this is a area where you're supposed to destroy all the robots and hit the buttons. But frick that. We're just gonna jump right to the end. And you also notice there that I used like a loading. I loaded right before I grabbed the spatula. That's another strategy that saves a little bit of time. Because you can actually move in the loading cutscenes. Very odd. And you can move for like a couple seconds after you load the game. And yeah. From here, you'll see that I actually grabbed the spatula in the pineapple too. I had the 50 shinies. So I could access the spatula in the pineapple. And then from here, we need to destroy everything in Squidward's home. Yes, that's right, we are destroying homes, quite literally. And then I'm going to destroy the last thing as I grab the spatula. Then we're going to do another lag strat here. Okay, that's called a lag bash. It gets me a lot higher than normal off of a bash, and allows me to get to places that I would not normally be able to get to. Now that we are finished with Jellyfish Fields, at least for now, we are going to enter downtown. And you'll see immediately that I collect these 2 wheels. There are 11 wheels in the level. In the bottom left corner, it always shows the level-specific collectible. And in this level, it is, well, the wheels. And this is important because of a trick called Counter Collectible Abuse, or CCA. And what CCA does, it transfers one level-specific collectible over to another level. So, like, for example, let's say I went to, let's say I went to Kelp Forest, right? So I went to Kelp Forest from downtown, and I have all 11 wheels in downtown. So when I transfer, or when I warp to when I warp from downtown to Kelp Forest, the game is going to think that I have 11 of the level-specific collectible in Kelp Forest, which will in turn give me the spatula for doing the level-specific objective. So you don't have to do anything. You just kind of warp from downtown to another place, and it gives you the spatula. It's very odd. You will see some applications, and hopefully it'll make sense from there. But yeah. Also, you might have just seen Sandy do some flying. Sandy do be flying though. This is called an ILH, or an infinite lasso hover. And it basically allows Sandy to, well, float. And this is the reason why this is so important. You see that this is the rooftops area, and I'm basically cutting corners everywhere. And also there is a button in the air. Normally you'd have to pay 2100 shiny objects, as you can see on that clam. You would have to pay 21 shiny objects to access this level, or this part of the level, so you can get the spatula, which I just got now. Yeah, and that button activates it, but because it's actually still there, even before you pay for the clam, you can just use the ILH to get up there and hit it. And so from here, just going to be finishing out the rooftops. And ILH is like one really, really important like Sandy tech, and this is the reason why she's my favorite character. Cause we're just she just be floating. I don't know. She just be floating. Okay, if you collect that spatula quick enough, it actually skips the spatula animation, which saves 4 seconds. And we're gonna be doing that quite a bit. There's like more than half of the spatulas are skipped in some form, whether it's like through a gate while, or going through a gate while collecting a spatula, that'll skip the animation, or like literally anything. There's so many ways. So yeah, this is just Lighthouse. You just have to destroy the big blue robots called the Duplicatortrons, because these spawn other robots. Yeah, and the whole idea is just, well, destroy all the robots so you can get out. Right here is another spatula animation cutscene skip that we just went through the door as we collect the spatula, and easy peasy. And you'll see we needed 2100 shiny objects to access the sea needle, and I had 2132. So shinies are like super important in this run. And well, the reason I say, well, shinies are important is, well, for that reason. They're used to collect, like, access different areas that give you more spatulas, pretty much. So we're going to be collecting a lot of those throughout the day. And then, yeah, this is the sea needle. So, sea needle's kind of fun. The thing I should explain here, the one thing you guys should know, is that there are like 3 bungees in this area. Each at different parts of the sea needle. And you need to go down the bungees as Spongebob. And you need to destroy all the tikis. Once you destroy all the tikis in each bungee, then you can get the spatula for Mr. Krabs. However, if you just, in this game, and not in the original, if you go down and if you destroy all the all the tikis, if you go down this particular bungee 3 times, and notice that I'm doing it as Sandy, instead of SpongeBob. But if you go down the same bungee 3 times, it still works. It'll still give you the spatula. So that's what I'm doing now. This will be round number 3. And then Mr. Krabs will think, oh, you destroyed all the, you destroyed everything. You destroyed all the tikis and all the bungees. So congratulations. If I did this correctly. Okay, I did. Okay, so from here, we're going to be collecting the rest of the wheels in downtown. The last 2. And then we're gonna use these 11 wheels for later. As I explained, CCA is a very, very important thing that we're gonna be using quite a bit, and I'll let you know when we're doing it. So we got every single wheel in downtown, but we're not gonna grab the spatula yet because we don't need it. Instead, we're gonna be going back to Jellyfish Fields to do another ILH as Sandy. Ooh, okay. I didn't necessarily get all the way up there, but it sucked. Okay. And the thing about ILHs is that if you rub Sandy against an object, she will like fly down. She will kind of descend just a little bit. So if you rub yourself against like that wall, for example, just enough, you can get her to slowly descend. This may be too much descent. I need to get through that wall. See, like there's an invisible wall that I just went through. So that was actually pretty good. I kept my speed, and I fly down and grab the spatula. So yeah, dude, when Sandy be flying, she be flying. She doesn't play. This game came out a month ago, dude. And this, yeah, it's everywhere. Okay. So now, there are also different ways of exploiting the spatula animation here. If I can do this correctly. Okay. So I talk to Patrick as I'm grabbing the spatula, and I can still move while I'm in that cutscene. very cool. And there's also, so this is Robo Sandy. This is the biggest. This is the hub boss, I guess, the hub 1 boss. When, for some reason, this is kind of weird to explain, but Sandy has these attacks, right? Sandy has these attacks where, every time that she, okay, this is phase 2, right? She has 2 attacks in phase 2 that she does before she does the attack that you can hit her on. And, that's kind of weird to explain, but okay. Okay, I force Sandy to hit me, or to attack at me, and this skips each move that she does, if that makes any sense. So like, because she has 2 attacks, this one skips the first attack, this one skips the second one. So now she does her attack where I can hit her. So I hope that makes sense in and of itself. So yeah, we just constantly do that so she skips her attacks that she's supposed to do before this one. And so that makes for a really, really fast boss fight. Okay. So now we enter the dome. This is a pretty self-explanatory thing. Destroy all the robots. And there's not much to this. All you need to do is just destroy all the Duplicatortrons so that they don't spawn more. And then you destroy every robot afterwards. Fairly simple. Another spatula animation cutscene. Skip there. And now we are on our way to Gulagoon, which is actually Hub 1 level. But the reason why we come back to this after defeating the Hub 1 boss is because we now have the Bubble Bowl for defeating Robo Sandy. And we need the Bubble Bowl for something pretty specific in Gulagoon. Once we get there, that's like toward the end, so there's a lot to worry about before that. And so this mission that I'm attempting here, or that I'm doing, is called Connect the Towers, and it's a pretty simple one. I don't know if you guys have ever played Jak and Daxter, but it's just like the Blue Eco Beam connectors. You just go to each tower and connect it to the next one. Yeah, that's pretty much it here. But I also need to activate the lag, because there is a lag strat here that I need to do, which allows us to do Gulagoon backwards. So yeah. We'll see that right now, after I talk to Puff, because we're going to come back to her later. We're going to grab this sub. Alright, here comes the lag strat number 3. Ooh, I think that's too far. Ooh. Yeah, it's too far. Dang. Okay, that's fine. So, these lag warps are really specific in their positioning and timing. Which is why you'll see me miss them a lot. And also, like I said before, they're very new. And also, I'm actually behind an invisible wall. So I need to get over this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So now we are at the end of Gulagoon. Which, surprisingly, I don't know, it's funny. With lag, it feels like anything is possible in this game. So just being able to do level backwards is sort of a blessing. Because in this game, and the original, once we grab a spatula in an area, it's usually at the end of an area, right? So once we grab a spatula, we can warp. We can use that spatula to warp to the beginning of the area. So we're skipping Gulagoon by starting at the end and ending at the beginning with one warp. And you'll see this very soon actually. But for now, we need to collect everything in the pier. with this kind of a tight jump here. Okay, that was good. So we want it to go so that Hans grabs me while I'm collecting that spatula. And that was actually perfect, so that worked out. We have to jump at a specific height in order for that to happen. Okay. We load out of here because that's fast for this. I always miss this one time. This little jump right here. Okay, I actually didn't miss it. But it seems like I always miss that one at least once. It's not like really hard or anything, but okay, so we're actually going to skip. We're actually gonna talk to Krabs here. We can move once we go into a bus stop. We can actually move as we're switching characters, and that allows me to well, talk to Krabs earlier. I meant to actually load that, but so this is a prime example of getting the spatula at the end of an area. Oh, whoops! I don't know why I left that. And then warping. Wait, did I grab it? Okay. And then warping to the beginning of this area with the spatula that we just collected. So that's kind of a weird thing, but that is like a thing that is apparent in the original and in the remake. Okay, so here we need a specific bowl here. This is the reason we need to use the bubble bowl. So watch the ball here that I bowl out. It hits that button over there, which activates a, well, it makes that spatula show that I'm about to get. Without that button, the spatula would not appear. Now that we have that, we can get the Connect the Tower spatula from Larry the Lobster. Hello, Mr. Swole. Or, I guess he's not really that swole, he's just large. With tiny arms. Now we're gonna do our fourth lag strike. I think there are 8 total. So yeah, this one will get you from Hub 2 to Hub 3. Okay, that didn't work. Close. Nice, okay. So that was actually really good because it landed me on top of the chum bucket, which is exactly where I wanted to get. So we've skipped the entire gate that gets us from Hub 2 to Hub 3. Normally you'd have to fight Robo Patrick to get to Hub 3, but yeah, we just skipped that entire fight. And now we're going to have plenty of warps in Hub 3, so we don't need to do that again. And by the way, if you were wondering, we don't fight Robo Patrick at all in this game. Like, we don't even come back to him. He's just... poor guy. His fight's so long, we just skip him. But he does give the power up, the cruise bubble, but we don't need it for now. At the very end of the game actually ends up giving us the cruise bubble anyway, so there's no point in actually fighting Robo Patrick at all. And what I just did there with the trampolines, I actually skipped I skipped the clam that has me pay 1,000 shinies to, well, basically give me a trampoline and give me a way up to Squid's Dream, which is where I am now. But yeah, we just skipped paying that 1,000 shinies. And now we are in Squid's Dream, which is, well, a bunch of platforming. Yeah, a lot of people actually complained about this level in particular because they complained that the notes were too small, like the platforms were too small, but it's really not that bad. Okay, now we are going to oil skip, which is pain trick number 1 for me. Um, so I need to. This is actually really, really like precise. And if I mess this up even a little bit, it's just not gonna work. So. Yeah, I freaked up. I went too early. However, I need to land on top of that oil, like at the direct top of that oil, so that it gives me another jump, which will make it so that I can make it across the gap here. Okay, that was perfect. So I landed directly on top of that oil, which gives me a lot of momentum and another jump, so I can just barely make it across. There is actually another way to do this now with lag, but it is slower and less consistent, so I just don't do it. Now we are going to the nut. That's right, the nut. Wow. That's right, buddy. Okay, normally we'd have to slide down this slide, but it doesn't seem like I have the height. So what I'm gonna do here, do that, slide over to the nut. While Hans is grabbing me, grab the spatula. And then I'm gonna do another ILH. Now that we've nutted, we're going to go over to the swinger spatula. And this area is another, destroy all the robots in the area. You can see like in faint letters at the top here, it says you've destroyed all the robots. That's been there since the tree dome after I beat Robo Sandy, and it's going to stay there. For some reason this game has a problem with that. I don't know what that is, but it's there. Yeah, we destroy all the robots. You'll see that little, that small little robot in the back. Yeah, for some reason he doesn't count anymore. I don't know. He's just kind of there. But they gave us the spatula despite not killing that robot. Now we're gonna warp elsewhere. So you notice that I'm in downtown now. Got the spatula. And now I can do a CCA in Goo Lagoon. So the game, when I warp into Goo Lagoon from downtown, because I have... Oh, I main menu, that's fine. Because I have 11 wheels, and then I go to a different level, it now thinks I have 11 of the level of the Goo Lagoon specific collectible. And I only needed 5, so yeah. I think the collectible in Goo Lagoon is the children. So the game thinks I have 11 children. I don't have 11 children. So yeah, it gives me the spatula. This is Drain the Lake. You're supposed to do this as Patrick. But we can just use the bubble bowl from Spongebob to, break all the spouts. And so, yeah, now we are in the grinding area. Now we're gonna grind some shinies. I need to grind all the way up to 8,800. And this spot gives you 680 shiny objects every 11 seconds. We're gonna be here for a bit, but it doesn't go by like slowly or anything. Yep, so I just grab these shinies, die, and repeat. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, like feel free to post some, or I can try and answer a couple, if possible. Or if you don't know what the frick's going on at all, just post a smiley face. It's fine too. Yeah, we are at 4,700. And then directly after this, we gotta do a lag strat, so. How many children do you actually have? None. God, I hope none. Why are you so good at everything? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, so it should be like three more rounds of this. We're gonna do a lag strat that gets us to the end of this area. Do you count your Twitch subs as children? Oh. If that's the case. Oh god. Listen guys, I don't have that much child support, alright? Alright? Alright. You guys support me. Smiley face. So now we're gonna do a lag shot. That was our last grinding sesh. Our last grinding round. Get set up here. Oh, frick. Coming back up there, I hit the grass. And it fricked me a little bit. There. Child support, but my subs pay the child support. The opposite. Alright. Here we go. Whoa, I didn't go very far at all. This one's really wacky. This is definitely one of the harder ones. Sometimes you don't end up where you wanna, and that was a good example. Okay, I almost went out of the map entirely. That would have been bad. But instead, I landed on the very top. That's a really sketchy lag war. Lagging is not RNG, it's just really precise and depends mostly on your position and your angle. And how far you like jump out when doing the warp. But if you do the same thing every time, you're gonna land in the same spot every time. Also, I'm doing another CCA here. Doing another CCA so that the game thinks... So the jellyfish field specific collectible is the jellyfish... The king jellyfish jelly. And right now it thinks I have 11 of them. But I only need one. And instead of fighting King Jelly, we're just gonna lag right over the curtain. Easy. So now that we don't... The game is actually thinking that I'm fighting King Jellyfish right now. And it, you know, it knows that I'm on a slide, so it was playing two different tracks at the same time. That's kind of a cool thing. And so because the game thinks I now have 11 King Jellyfish jelly, Squidward's gonna give me the spatula. Because I have at least one. From the CCS. Normally you get the King Jellyfish jelly by defeating King Jellyfish, but we don't need to do that. Okay, gonna grab this sock before I forget. And then we're gonna lag up Shady Shoals. Ooh. That's fine. Alright. Normally there'd be like a lot of platforming to get to that point, but yeah, frick that. Just do the lag. Nice little sock here. Alright. Now we have entered the Mermaid level, which is also called... That's right, Mermaid Man. Pain. And for those of you that are wondering, why am I playing in German? That's why. Just so Mermaid Man could say pain. There is literally no other reason. None of the languages are faster than any other ones. Okay, I got it. Yeah, none of the languages are faster than the other ones, so I could play in whatever language that I want. Also, I'm gonna grab the sock, also using lag. Because lag bashes make you go a little higher than you're supposed to. And then from here, we have to activate these funnels. So we have to do that by using the melons to hit the buttons. For the first one, we just walk along the side of it. walk along the side of it, hit the melon with the button. Hit the button with the melon, yes. For the second one, you don't have to walk across all the platforms, just walk along the first two and throw the melon. For this one, we actually have to do this one as intended. Dodge the first one, walk to the left, and you're chilling. I have to die. Okay. Now that we've done that, we get the spatula. Also pay for this clam. Now there is a way to get to this area without paying the clam, but I'm not sure how to do it. I've had a lot of trouble with it in the past, so I'm just not gonna. I want to sit here for a few minutes and get it once. So this puzzle right here, you're supposed to flip all the towers forward, and when you hit a button, the towers around that button that you hit also flip. So it makes for a pretty interesting puzzle, but all you have to do is just hit them all once. It doesn't matter what order, you just have to hit all the buttons one time. Now we're on our way to security tunnel, where we can just use this slide to get over there. So that's easy peasy. And then this is security tunnel. There are 3 levels to this area. So to get to the second one, we do that. Now we are on the second level. And now we are on level 3. And now we're at the end of security tunnel. So those are called VBBs, or vertical bowl boosts. And you can just use, you can jump on top of a bowling ball. And yeah, you can jump really high out of them. This is this is why Pain-a-Lair is called Pain-a-Lair, because boy do I hate this strat. I will explain it soon. Okay, I freaked out. So there's a ball that you're supposed to guide all the way around the room, which takes usually a couple minutes. But what you can do as Spongebob is bash the ball, and if you do it on the perfect frame, you can actually hit the ball to go into the end of the level. So that'll save you a lot of time. The position also has to be pretty close to perfect, but it is a 1-frame trick. Okay, it flew. Let's see if it goes in. It did. Okay. So it's supposed to go into that hole. Come over here. Supposed to bowl this button. The ball shoots over to the very end. And the spatula is revealed. Alright. Easy peasy. First try, smiley face. Okay. Now for computer room. Now there are 2 spatulas here. I'm not going to collect the first one immediately. You'll see why. I'm going to hit these buttons first. Grab the spatula while talking to the Murmur computer. And then grab the other spatula while in the first spatula animation. So now I grab both spatulas with only one animation. And this is the prawn. I have to say that every time or else I get sued. So basically what happens is I have to jump over these things that he's shooting out. For the first phase I jump over it twice. In the second phase I jump over it 3 times. And the final phase I jump over it 4 times. This is like a mini boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I kind of have to predict really where this goes. And there you go. That's the prawn. Alright. Next up. we are gonna go to Shady Shoals so that we can go to rock bottom. Okay. So we're actually gonna be using the Spongebob, which is what I just used to get to rock bottom right there. We're gonna be using that quite a bit. And you'll see why it's really useful, especially early on in rock bottom. Also, we kind of have to be on our tippy toes so that we don't awaken the bot. Because he hurts. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Bubble Buddy here. Talk to Bubble Buddy, then we're going to we're going to scale this side of that mountain there. Now we're gonna use the sponge ball to get some pretty decent height to get over to the spatula. We grab that, warp back over to where I just was. Now we're going to use the sponge ball again to get over to another area that we're not supposed to be in. That should be enough. Gotta get over to Mr. Krabs over here. Now we're going to do another VBB, which is kind of tough. This one needs to shoot me into the air instead of jumping off of this one. Like that. And that gets us to the end of another area. So we grab that spatula, and then we warp back to the beginning of this area that we just got the spatula in. And that's because there's another spatula that we need to get. And we're going to use Sandy for this. Sandy scales quite nicely. You don't need to use an ILH here, but this is called, well, I think this is a Sandy triple jump. But actually, no, that's not what it was. But we basically use the swinger to we use the swinger so that we can basically get a lot of height. We can get a lot of height off the swinger and then just fly over to where we need to go. From here, we need to get to the museum. Yeah, we use the sponge ball again there. SpongeBob's like the sponge ball is super useful in rock bottom, like I said before. We used it like 4 or 5 times. And now we are entering the rock bottom museum. There is actually like an out of bounds for this. But I don't know it yet. Because this game, as you might be able to tell, the strats for this game move like mad. There's a strat today. There's probably a new strat today that I don't know about. So yeah, it's crazy. So basically what you need to do is just get to the end of the museum. We're going to use an ILH to do that. You see this big laser right here? We can just kind of get around that by, well, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I need to explain that one. Let me just grab the spatula, float down to it, and then we're going to warp out of here. Okay. Now we're going to warp. Where'd it go? We warped to downtown. Now we need to go back to rock bottom so that we can do the CCA again.
That's next.
Easy peasy. Now we're gonna go to Camp Forest. Actually, wait, I think I might have missed something. Rock bottom. Yeah, no, I did. Totally forgot something, but that's okay. There's one more thing I need to do. one more use of the sponge ball that I forgot. This is important since it gives me 2 socks as well.
Noch ein Pfund für Patrick.
Basically, we're going to use this box. There's a slide that we need to go down. Boxes help you get from one area to another, so you can just warp back and forth. We activate the slide there, the slide timer, and then we're just going to get the spatula at the end of the slide using the boxes. So that is something that we're actually going to be doing quite a lot. You're going to see it again in Kelp Forest. There's actually another slide that we're going to do that, well, we're going to use the boxes again to exploit the slide. Yeah, we enter Kelp Forest here. Kelp Forest is a very short level for one reason. We do it backwards. We start from the end, and we do it backwards. There's a running theme in this game where you collect the spatula at the end and then warp back to the beginning so that you can go to the previous area. And once you go to the previous area, you grab the spatula at the end and you warp back to the beginning. And you just do the entire level backwards. And that's what we're doing here. We're actually in the final area. We are in the final area of Kelp Forest currently. So we use the boxes to go to the end of the slide. We're actually going to load. We're going to load this spatula, which takes us right back to the beginning of the slide. Going to use the clam, grab the spatula. We're going to do it twice here, actually. Now we're in the previous area, at the end of the previous area. And then I'm going to warp back to the beginning of that area. It's very odd. Now we're going into the previous area, the end of the previous area. Grab the spatula. And then normally you would warp to the beginning of this area, but there's another spatula we can get here. That's really quick, so we're gonna grab that real quick. And we're gonna be using the boxes again to get there faster. Okay, so we activate that button, which opens a cage. We use this box to get closer to the cage. And then we jump down to it. Then we're gonna grab the spatula. And then now we're gonna warp to the beginning of this area. And there's one last area, the very first area. There's a spatula at the end of the first area, and then we're gonna grab that and then dip. So we're gonna do CCA, and then we dip. So here's that spatula. Now we're gonna head to downtown for the CCA. So the game, the level collectible in Kelp Forest is the campers, and I believe there are 5 or 6 campers. But because we went to downtown and then back to Kelp Forest, the game now thinks, even though it doesn't show it, it now thinks we have 11 campers out of 6. So it's gonna give us the spatula for saving the campers.
Spongebob.
Okay. Now we're gonna go to Sand Mountain. I think this is the second to last level of the run. Not much to Sand Mountain. The idea is just that there are 3 slides we need to go down. Each of them with a certain time we're supposed to do it in. And I think in the original, or in the remake, I think they did it better. I think they did this level a lot better, because you slide a lot faster in this level. But we're actually gonna do another lag strat here. We got the bungee spatula already, so we're gonna do a lag strat to get this spatula, which we normally would not be able to do, but lag OP. There are ways to do that without lag, but that is by far the fastest way. We're actually gonna dupe a sock here. We're gonna grab the sock in the cutscene, skip the cutscene, and then it spawns another sock right after. It's only supposed to give you 1, but yeah, we get 2 out of it. Now this is the first slide of 3, called Guppy Mound. Now we're only going to do this slide because only this slide is fast. And there are 3 socks along it, and you get a lot of shinies in here. So this is very, very fast. You get like 2 spatulas in like 80 seconds or something. Stupid fast. Lots of shinies. Very worth it. So yeah. Not much really going on here. I'm damaging myself intentionally so I can get a lot of shinies going down the slide. Without that, without damaging myself, I'd lose about 600 shinies throughout the slide, so definitely worth the doing. But I already have enough shinies to finish the game. I only need 5,700 at this point, and I have 5,800 already. So we're supposed to hit all the buttons. And we did hit both of the buttons. They were behind the Duplicatatrons. But we like hit the buttons through the Duplicatatrons. Yeah. Oops. Hope that was good enough. I think it was. Okay. Let me just check just to make sure. It was. Alright. So I like to call this this level Hell on Earth. Because this is, yeah, we need 75 spatulas to finish the game. We have 65 currently. Oh, I don't need that sock. I was about to get it. So the reason I like to call this Hell on Earth is because there are 2 lag warps. Actually, there are 3 in this level that are really freaking tough. So let's see. Let's see if I get this. Great. Hell on Earth. Initiated. Alright. These are so, like, cool when they work, though. And they're so fast. I think, yep, that one's good. Alright, perfect. So now we land later in the first area. And we're gonna use lag again to grab the spatula. Alright. Then from here... Great. That's fine. So I don't necessarily have to do that one. However, I can just warp right on over there. Easy peasy. That one is definitely like extra time save if you can get that one. I still haven't gotten that one first try in a run. But hopefully soon. And so from here, there is a slide that you're supposed to activate. But it's already there and you don't have to activate it. It's just invisible. So, yeah. Yeah. Now from here, this is our final lag warp of the game. And this is, I think, the toughest one for me. This is like number 1. Let's see if this works. Oh, yes. Okay, well, alright, I got that one. So that one warps me all the way over to the clam here, which I can get a spatula from. That was literally perfect. We take those for sure. Alright, so now we are leaving the final, or the last, or second to last area of Dutchman's. The Flying Dutchman's Graveyard. Yeah, these bolts are, for whatever reason, solid. We grab that spatula and go to the next area. Alright. The final area of Dutchman's, an easily chokeable area. Like, Dutchman's all the way around is just really, really chokeable. And this is the final level of the game, so, yeah. So we do a VBB to get all the way up here. We want to hit all these buttons so that we get a spatula for it. You need a very precise angle on this VBB so that Spongebob pops up. Alright, that's good. That gives us this spatula, which is it's always here. So we just get up there to grab that. We hit our last cannon, and that gives us a spatula as well. Now we got both of those spatulas, and we are headed back to Mr. Krabs for our last spatula using shiny objects.
SpongeBob!
SpongeBob! And this is kind of a cool thing if I can get this. So, you may have been able to guess what happened there. During the cutscene, I grabbed the sponge ball, so the camera was like whirling, like in a ball sort of fashion. So yeah, it had a funny camera. Funny camera. Hope no one throwed up. Alright. Now we are entering. This is our final spatula. Now we are entering the Chum Bucket Lab. And this fight's interesting because what kind of prevents you from hitting Spongebob from down here is Plankton, right? But with this hit right here, at a specific time, we actually disable Plankton entirely. And now he just won't shoot us anymore. So we can hit Spongebob from wherever we want, pretty much. And he won't do a goddamn thing, he's just gonna watch us. And so you basically use the cruise bubble, which we just got, by the way. We just got this power up for entering the final area. And like I said before, usually you get it from Robo Patrick, but because we didn't fight him at all, we didn't have it. So all we do is just destroy all the buttons on SpongeBob's body. Oh, I fell. Hi, please die. Okay. Now that we have, you know, beat that, now we gotta do part 2 of the final boss. We'll just follow this way. There's some really cool sort of tech going on there. Right before you hit the trampoline, you can activate your fuse bubble so that you can hit the fuses. There are 6 fuses I think you need to hit. And so you can hit that fuse mid-air while you're floating to the next platform. Well, I just thought that was kind of cool. We do that a few times. There are actually better strats for this that I don't know how to do yet. There's actually another like event going on that's gonna teach me how to do the strats in Taxi Glitch. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, like all you do is destroy all the fuses. This would be fuse number 4, I believe, right here. That one, Plankton hits me. Holding my cruise bubble here. Shoot this one in midair. This is number 5 out of 6. And this one down here is number 6. And that is time. Alright. There we go. That is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. 77 spatulas in less than an hour. Well, there we are. Lots, I mean tons of strats go into this freaking game. And it's only been out for a little over a month. Like, I'm losing my voice from talking and trying to explain all of these strats, and there's a lot more that still aren't even used in the run. And yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing really else to say. I don't know if you guys, if there's enough time, I could do a quick Taxi Glitch run. Because this is any % no Taxi Glitch, and there's a Taxi Glitch run. That, I mean, it's I can show you what Taxi Glitch is. You literally just saw most of the run. You saw most of the run already of Taxi Glitch. However, alright, I'll do it. So, there is a, here's Taxi Glitch. Here's what it is. I'm actually not going to do the entire run for you, because I don't know, like, I hardly know any of the strats, but I do know how to do Taxi Glitch. So this is, start from new game, of course. Now, your timer would start. All you need to do, from here, you go into a place where you have a warp, you back out of it, and then you go where you want to go, or you go where you, well, any like locked level, and then you confirm it twice in the same frame. You confirm that you want to go to that level twice in the same frame. So what I do, is what you would do, is press X on your controller, and then space bar on your keyboard. And if you press it at the same time, you get to go to the Chum Bucket Lab, which is, as you may know, the final level of the game. So then I would, just fight the boss. There are like double hits. Maybe I can do one for you. You hit SpongeBob at a specific place. Okay, I didn't get it. If you hit him at a specific place, that button is destroyed and that button is destroyed at the same time. There's also another. So notice how Plankton isn't shooting me, by the way. There's also another double hit where you actually hit the nose and you hit that one at the same time. But yeah, I've already destroyed the nose, so I can't do that double hit. But yeah, just notice how like Plankton doesn't give a frick. Like, kind of sick. Like no one can hurt me down here. This was patched. This was actually patched today, but this is a previous patch. That's what I was like spending all my time doing, trying to roll back to a different patch, so I can do this run. So yeah, dude, Plankton's just vibing. I can show you. I saw someone wanted to see Obama. For some, I don't know why, but like we called one of the skips Obama skip. Oh, let me go to a different file actually. And just kind of stuck with the game. Everyone loves it. I don't know. So this would be Obama skip, the first one, the first Obama skip, right? I don't even know if you can do it in 60 FPS, which is what I'm playing on. But normally you would come up here. This is another way to get the Shady Shoal spatula up here. What you would do is you would climb around this way, and then jump on an invisible wall right here. But you can't, I don't even know if you can do it in 60 FPS. But you would climb an invisible wall all the way up to the Shady Shoal spatula, which isn't that high up. It takes like 4 jumps. Now there is an Obama 2, the second term. And that's this one. This one I can actually show off. You might not think it, but there is another invisible wall over here that you can just climb as SpongeBob. So you just kind of do this. You do be floating in the air. And then once you get to a certain spot where SpongeBob isn't really gaining any more height, which I am at that spot now, you can do that. And now you're standing on an invisible wall. Yeah, it's like an Obama SI, except like, I don't know, they're not really slopes. It's just a freaking vertical wall. And so this here is designed to skip Hub 2, basically. It's another way to skip Hub 2. You kind of travel along this wall here, jump down to this invisible wall over the gate, and then go and grab the Chum Bucket spatula. Now, that is Obama, the second term. And then there is the forbidden third term, as I'd like to call it. And that's the strat that you do with lag. That's the one I did in my run, where you just kind of come over here. Ah, frick. Ah, frick. Well, you get the idea. You'd warp from here. You've seen it in the run already. You warp from here and you go to the chump bucket. I can't freaking do it right now, but hey, that would be the forbidden third term. And yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. Like I said, lots of stuff going on with this game, and I'm sure by freaking a week from now, the run's just gonna be entirely changed. So it's been a doozy keeping up with it, and I'm having a lot of fun. So hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this run as well. And yeah, dude, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the marathon.